Does it ever annoy you just how heavy juicers can be? Do you hate feeling like you're lugging around a gym weight from countertop to countertop? Not just that, but think about all the parts, nooks, and crannies you have to scrub clean. It's no wonder why so many people struggle to stick to juicing. It feels like it's way more trouble than what it's worth. That is until now. This is the Hurom H310. This portable yet mighty juicer might be exactly what you're looking for. And if you're on the fence about buying a juicer like this or paying double for a larger, more expensive juicer, watch this Hurom H310 review because you're in for an unexpected surprise. The first thing I noticed about this juicer is it isn't some cheap piece of plastic made in China. It's made in Korea, the same place where Samsung manufactures their electronics. So it's gotta be durable and high quality. Once you take it out of the box, you'll find out that it's pretty light, and my first impressions of the Hurom H310 is that it has clean packaging. As soon as you open it, there's this start guide, and you'll see all the parts that fit together nice, neat, and perfectly inside the box. So let's unbox this thing in 3, 2, 1, and boom, there you have it. Super premium with simple parts, and there's not many of them. The base has a turn knob with on, off, and reverse, and it comes with this nice little BPA free container with milliliters on the side so you can measure your juice. There's a brush with a little piece that flips open at the bottom so that you can clean tight spaces, but personally I've never had to use it because this thing is so easy to clean, which we're going to get into later. The hopper has a 220 milliliter capacity with a set of blades at the bottom, and we've got this multi-screw all-in-one auger, which makes this thing super easy to clean because all you need to do is just pull it apart and rinse it, versus a traditional juicer where you have to scrub a juicing screen, and they give you this juicing book, which yeah, it looks nice and it comes with the juicer, but if you want something even better, I'll drop a link to my ebook Juicing for Beginners in the description below, where you'll get 40 chef crafted recipes that are beginner friendly with simple everyday ingredients that you can find at your grocery store. And the entire book was fact checked by a nutritionist. Over 200 people have bought it already. But enough about that. You know what I'm dying to show you right now? How simple this thing is to put together. Let's get the clock ready and see how quickly we can assemble this thing without even looking at the directions. And there it is. It only took 24 seconds to put this juicer together. It has to be the easiest juicer I've ever assembled. It's like you're playing with a Lego set made for a 3-year-old. Think about how easy it's going to be for you when you get yours. But before we get ahead of ourselves here, don't you want to know about the yield? I put the H310 through the ringer to see how it performs with one of my favorite juice recipes from my ebook. It's called the Healthy Gatorade. It's only 3 ingredients: celery, cucumber, and pineapple. The reason why I love this juice is because not only does it taste better than Gatorade, but it's made with produce that is primarily comprised of water, meaning that you're not going to get tons of sugar, and it's low in calories, which is also great if you're trying to watch your weight. I sliced up my fruits and vegetables, but you don't have to as long as they fit inside the hopper. I've put full-size apples in here and it tears right through them. Let's flip the switch and get to juicing. So now I'm gonna pull out the juicing cap and you can watch this vibrant green goodness flowing from the spout of your cup. If we remove the auger and we take a look at inside the chamber, you're gonna see that there's a bit of produce caught on the sides that I've seen happen with full-size juicers too, so it isn't anything new. After running a squeeze test with the pulp, we've got some drips. Celery and cucumber are 2 tricky vegetables to juice. That's because of their high water content. You can rerun the pulp in the juicer, but I didn't bother to do it with this batch. Also, I didn't really see this anywhere, but you can make basically like ice cream, nut milk, sorbets with this thing out of the box, and you don't need some kind of special attachment. The US model didn't advertise this, but after running tests, I found out that you can do it. So far, it's looking like a great value for the money. The girlfriend even gave it her stamp of approval.
Really good.
But how does it do with celery, ginger, oranges, and leafy greens? I'm about to save you hours worth of testing. Let's get to juicing and let me show you how this thing rips. For celery, I measured out 6 ounces. We'll go ahead and dump that into the hopper, and you can see all the blades are going to town, crushing things. Towards the end, we got some celery caught up around the blades. The yield looks better than any personal juicer I've seen in the past, and there's a bit of pulp than what you'd normally get from a full-size juicer, but trust me, that's not a deal breaker. One con is that the pulp was more wet than I would have liked, but you've got to remember that this is a portable personal juicer, so you can't have crazy high expectations, especially for the amazing price point that it comes in at. So that turned into 110 milliliters of juice. Next up, we got 1.3 ounces of ginger. We'll toss that into the hopper, close the lid, and get it running. It's pretty cool to see how quickly the H310 is able to crush it. Let's give the pulp a nice squeeze, and there it is. Only a few drops came out, which is actually kind of surprising. Did better than I thought. That 1.3 ounces of ginger turned into 12 milliliters of juice. I dropped one whole orange in this bad boy, and that came out to about 8.5 ounces. It turned out to be light work for the H310, not much pulp, and it was pretty dry. One whole medium-sized orange turned into about 155 milliliters of juice. For leafy greens, I used half a bag, which turns out to be 2 ounces. Kind of blows my mind that 2 ounces of leafy greens is, yeah, I don't know, just amazing. Watching it spin around and around was oddly satisfying. Not really sure why. Anyway, came with a lot of pulp, and it was a little bit mushy like it would be for any other juicer. A lot of juicers choke on leafy greens, and some of it got wrapped around the auger. That gave me about 15 milliliters of juice. Whoa, I just want to clear something up quick. I'm not sponsored by this company at all, but if you use my link in the description, you will get a discount at no extra cost to you. It's just a way of showing me your appreciation, helping me keep my lights on, and basically getting paid for my time to create amazing review videos like this. So if you're interested in getting this machine, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Let's get back to the video. Running each of these individual tests doesn't paint the full picture here. I found this juicer gives you a better yield when mixing with hard, medium, and soft ingredients. Also, the manual says you can run this juicer for 15 minutes of continual use with 5-minute breaks in between. I ran this thing for 30 minutes. I revved the heck out of this thing, and the motor worked the same as it did in the first minute. There were no signs of it getting hot or any kind of like burning smells coming from the juicer. But now it's time for the best part you won't want to miss. Cleanup time. Let's put some time on the clock and see how fast we can clean this thing. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. You can clean it from start to finish in just under 1 minute. But before we talk about if this machine is worth buying, there was only one thing I didn't like about the Hurom H310, and it's a bit of a trade-off. You have to understand that personal juicers are never going to compete with full-sized high-end machines. They just physically can't. Full-size juicers are double the size, double the power, so of course you're going to get some more pulp and sometimes less yield, but it really doesn't bother me personally. And yeah, that sucks, but to be honest with you, I found myself using the H310 more than the heavier high-end juicers because of these 3 things I'm about to share with you. The Hurom H310 solves 3 key areas of juicing that most people absolutely dread. You can go on Amazon, you can buy a cheap machine from China for 150 bucks, but let's be real. The shelf life of these things is about 2 months. They're gonna break, and then you're gonna have to go and buy another one. Good juicers aren't cheap, which is the first pro for this machine, the price. It's like getting a mini Hurom H400 or a mini Nama J2 at a fraction of the cost. And it's like the sweet spot between a quality machine that'll last that you won't feel guilty about buying after. Another unique advantage of the Hurom H310 is its size and how it fits inside my backpack. In terms of weight, the specs say it's about 8 pounds, and then when I was carrying it on my back, it honestly didn't feel like it was that bad. It just felt like carrying around a laptop. I also had room for other things like boxers, socks, and clothes. So if you want to take this thing camping with you or on a plane for a weekend or just a regular trip, it'll work great. But in terms of counter space, the Hurom H310 was actually a pleasant surprise. And that's because it has a nice small profile. It looks stylish, and you can leave it on your kitchen countertop without having to worry about not having enough room to cook. So that's the second pro, portability and size. But this last pro, it has to be my absolute favorite. You can clean it in under 1 minute. No more straining your back, hauling a 50-pound juicer from a cupboard, and you don't have to worry about cleaning a million parts. So is the Hurom H310 worth it? Well, you know its limitations. machines. Yes, it's not going to give you the same yield and dry pulp as much as a Nama J2 or Hurom H400. Yes, it might leave a little bit more pulp in your drink than the high-end machines, but do you want a hassle-free way to create a casual glass of juice? Would you like to save $240 compared to a high-end machine? Do you want to be able to travel with your juicer? If you said yes to any of those things, I think the Hurom H310 is the right choice for you. So don't wait. Click the link in the description below for a discount.